Welcome to another episode of Marketing Tips for Doctors. I'm your host, Dr. Barbara Hales. Lately, there's a phrase popping up everywhere online. 2026 is the new 2016. Imagine. At first glance, it sounds like a meme, a throwaway line about fashion, music, or social media trends. But when you look closer, this isn't really about throwback playlists or old Instagram filters. It's about how life felt. And today we're going to talk about nostalgia psychology, why it's showing up so strongly during a time of digital burnout, and what this craving for the past tells us about mental health, emotional fatigue, and how we communicate, especially in marketing and healthcare. Nostalgia is not sentimental, it's survival. Nostalgia isn't weakness, it's a coping mechanism. During periods of uncertainty, rapid change, and overload, the brain looks backward for safety. That's not romantic, it's biological. And think of what's going on now with the AI trends and craze. Things are escalating like never before. Right now, we're living through constant acceleration, AI disruption, algorithmic attention, endless comparison, always on expectations. So when people say they miss 2016, what they're really saying is, I miss feeling less overwhelmed. That's emotional fatigue speaking, and it matters. Why 2016 and not another era? Here's what makes 2016 unique. It was the last era of low stakes digital life. Social media existed, but it hadn't fully transformed into today's attention economy. Instagram wasn't a storefront. We weren't personal brands. Metrics didn't define self worth. You could be present without performing. That loss of psychological ease is what people are grieving, even if they don't realize it. Let's hear about the practice that stopped selling and started remembering. I want to share a story that perfectly illustrates why nostalgia and storytelling in marketing work so powerfully, especially in healthcare. A pediatric practice I know was struggling to grow. They had modern branding, clean ads, optimized messaging, all the things marketing experts recommend. But nothing was landing. So instead of launching another campaign, they posted a single photo. It was an old picture of their waiting room from years earlier, mismatched chairs, a fish tank, and a hand painted mural done by a nurse who no longer worked there. I'm sure you can picture it, and maybe you've been to offices that looked like that too in the past. The caption read, "This was our waiting room when we first opened. Some of your kids sat here. Some of you did." Parents flooded the comments. They shared memories, stories, gratitude. Appointments filled. Referrals increased. Not because the practice sold harder, but because it reminded people how it felt to be cared for. That's what nostalgia does. It reconnects. From a physician perspective, Nostalgia often shows up when the nervous system is overloaded. Patients don't always say, I'm burnt out. They say, I'm exhausted. I feel numb. I miss when life felt lighter. That's not regression. That's the body asking for relief. Nostalgia is a signal, not a solution, but it points us toward what's missing: safety, meaning, and manageable pace. Let's now hear about the brand that sold a feeling, not a product. Excuse me. Let me give you this example, this time from consumer marketing. A brand attempted to relaunch a discontinued product from the mid 2010s. Same formula, same packaging. Sales were disappointing, so they changed strategy. Their next campaign wasn't about the product. It showed quiet moments, friends on a couch, phones face down, music playing softly, no influencers, no urgency. The voiceover said, before everything became content, some moments were just ours. That campaign soared, not because people desperately wanted the product, but because they wanted the emotional state associated with it. That's the power of nostalgia-driven storytelling. It restores humanity. What this means for 2026 and beyond. Here's the takeaway. People don't want to go backward. They want to feel grounded. The most effective marketing in 2026 doesn't shout innovation, it whispers familiarity. If you find yourself longing for the past, you're not broken. You're responding intelligently to an overwhelming world. The real question isn't how to recreate 2016. It's how to build a future that feels more human than optimized. And that's a conversation worth continuing. Please contact me at themedicalstrategist.com/contact, and we can set up a free consultation to discuss what is doing with your marketing, what your needs are, and how we could tweak it for you to be just that much more successful. Speak to you then.